I just got all that.
I'm your host, Cystic One. Can I be cystic too? Don't forget your introduction.
I'm usually just like, what's up guys, I'm here, let's do it.
What's up guys, I'm here, let's do it. Was that like you?
Totally. But do you have a big ass crush on her?
Well, answer the question.
Don't put me on the spot like that, ma'am.
You'll just want us to date because we're both diseased.
Oh my god, it's like 5 feet apart.
And we're starring in the sequel.
6 feet under. We both die. We can't even make that joke anymore.
It is weird to go your whole life thinking you're dying and now you're not.
Right, I only had one thing for clout. One thing in my life, and that was the CF thing, and now it's just like, meh. How did y'all meet? We just met.
We met how many days ago?
Monday, so 3 days ago.
3 days ago.
Officially. So I guess I can answer these together. Because someone asked, how did this collab come about? And then like 5 people have asked how we met. So I guess they can just combine the questions.
Well, how we met is Instagram or YouTube. I found your YouTube videos, messaged you. You knew who I was, I think. And then...
Oh yeah, I know who you were. I just didn't message you because that's when my channel barely had any followers. I was like, I ain't messaging her. I'm like, who is this guy? Oh, hey, Cystic One.
I asked you to collab and then didn't respond for like a year because I'm a terrible person. And then I finally messaged you and I was like, let's collab. And you said okay, and then we did a Skype collab and now we're here.
Yeah, these are so much better than the Skype collabs. Okay,
yeah.
So much better. Because with like the Skype thing, if you guys watch like our Skype video, there was a lot of kind of talking over one another, and it's not like that happens because there's always like that delay on Skype. So you'll do it, you'll start talking, and then the other person started talking, then it becomes this weird like, no you go, no you go. And then if you're like me, I just talk a lot. So then it just seems like I'm being an asshole. And then when she messaged me she was gonna be in Asheville, I was like, of course I'll come up there.
I thought you were gonna say no.
Why would I say no?
I don't know, because I thought you hated me.
Yeah, she thought I hated her after she like ghosted me for like a year after she first asked to collab.
But now I'm forcing you to hang out with me.
I know, it's against my will. No, I actually went home yesterday. So I came here on Monday, then stayed Tuesday, and then went home yesterday because I had to let my dog out because there wasn't gonna be anybody home. And then you asked me to come back. Which I couldn't believe. I was like, holy shit, you actually enjoy me, how much I talk? I get on my own nerves most of the time.
Well, I think it's a good balance because I don't talk.
You talk way more in person though.
Oh.
Way more in person. Oh, yeah, this isn't the question, but look what Miss Thang did the other night to me.
You have a dread. I'm trying to get him to dread his whole head or to let me do it so we can be twins.
But instead of putting it in the back or in the side, somewhere where it's gonna lay with my hair, it's just there. The positives of Trikafta in your lives are evident. Are there any drawbacks that you've discovered? Stephi?
It hurts my stomach a lot of the time.
Does it really?
More so in the beginning. Now it's not as frequent. But like I get pain like right here a lot.
Do you have your gallbladder?
Yes.
That might be it. I had to get mine taken out right after I started Trikafta.
Right after I started, I had to go to the emergency room because I was in so much pain right there, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then after a few days, it just went away. But
because apparently with CF, like my gallbladder has been bad anyways, and you get like all the bile and the ducts can get blocked. But I guess after Trikafta, so much of like it cleared up because the mucus, it was so much easier for things to flow. So my gallbladder that was working at a very limited function before and all sludged up was now like trying to crank like a normal one, and it tapped out. Because I remember I was at work and we had a big Thanksgiving thing at Amazon, and I ate, and dude, it was like someone legit stabbed me right here, and it just got progressively worse.
That's how I felt too. I wonder if it was my gallbladder, because I went to the emergency room and they're like, oh, we're just gonna give you a bunch of laxatives. So I just shit a lot, and then I didn't feel any better.
I didn't really eat anything, so I went to the ER and I was like, take this out now. They did. But I think I guess that would be a drawback of the gallbladder thing, but I also, like, since I started Trikafta, I'll get these random, like, PVCs, which are, like, benign heart palpitation type things.
That happened to me for a little bit, but my doctor wasn't convinced it was from Trikafta.
Well, mine wasn't either, but it's been happening a ton to people who've been on Trikafta. So, but I went to the ER for it because I thought I was like having a heart attack or something. But they looked at me and they hooked me up and did all the EKGs, and they said that it was just PVCs, which is basically like your heart gets the hiccups. I think those are honestly the only two drawbacks, I think.
The most common side effects are like high liver enzymes and then cataracts. So we're supposed to get blood tests like every year or something.
Yeah, I've gotten my liver's been fine. I haven't went and got my eyes checked yet though for the cataracts.
Yeah, me neither.
But
my liver's good.
I just don't feel like going to a doctor's appointment unless I need to. Let's see, all right. Hi from Spain.
Spain.
I wanted to ask what things you would like people to avoid saying when they find out about your illness. Thank you for all.
I could tell you, don't tell people they could be cured if they just tried keto. Because that's not how that works.
You just take some vitamins. You're fine.
They don't understand that this is like a genetic disorder, and none of those things are going to change our genetics.
Exactly. So a lot of people get mad if someone asks if they're contagious. That never really bothered me because I would just be
I've never been asked that.
I got asked that a lot. Like, is it contagious?
I remember I was at a festival once, and the only place that had an outlet for me to do my nebulizer was in like the dining area. So I was just sitting there by myself doing my nebulizer, and this drunk guy and his friends come over and sit around me, and the guy just like looks at me doing my nebulizer, and it's the hypertonic saline, and it was making me cough a lot, as it usually would. But that's like how it works, because it just loosens things up. So he was watching me do the nebulizer and coughing a bunch, and he's like, "Are you sure that's good for you?" And I'm like, "Go fuck yourself." Meanwhile, he was smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, "Are you sure that's good for you?"
One time, we were down in Daytona for the 5K that the foundation did for CF, and we were staying at a KOA campground. The only place that had outlets near us was the pool. So I took my vests and my breathing treatments, all that, over to the pool, and this is packed with kids. This is in the middle of summer, so this is just packed with people. Next thing I know, one by one, these kids just start lining up in front of me, like just standing all around me, like I'm in a zoo. And it doesn't really bother me. I just laugh about it. But Tommy, he just ran with it and had a field day. And he was like, and they were like, they finally asked what that was, and I was like doing my treatments and coughing and all that, so I couldn't really answer. And he's like, "Oh, you wondering what to say?" He's like, "So he's an astronaut and he's in training." And these kids were just like, "Really?" So he just sat there and went for like the entire duration of my treatments to talk to this kid about how I was in astronaut training. And I was an astronaut. I was like, "Appreciate that, Tommy." If someone says they have an illness and a question pops into your mind and there's like a little part of you that's like, maybe I shouldn't ask that, you probably shouldn't ask that. Like, at least not until you get to know somebody, because some people aren't very open about it. Not everybody's puts themselves out there and wants to talk about their illnesses. Like, not everybody's us. Do you keep 6 feet apart between you two?
Yeah.
Yes. This is all on green screen. We're not actually next to each other.
Yeah.
Are you in love? Yes.
Yep.
100%.
No, he hates me, but he keeps it low key.
Right. It's just like, I keep the hate down here. I'm trying to ride the clout, right? How's your day been?
Good. I ate food and took a nap. A very non-eventful day, actually.
I ate and put stuff in my car and drove up here. And then we went and ate food.
I got coconut curry something. It was really good.
Yeah, I got chili cheese fries from this vegan place, and they're actually really bomb. But the best thing is I ordered it, and she looks at me and she goes, "What's chili?" And I was like, so if anyone is watching here from the South, you know chili is kind of almost like a religion, and it's with the cook-offs and all that. And she was like, "What's chili?"
I've heard of it. I just didn't know what it was made of.
But when she asked me that, I honestly couldn't explain it, because I was like, how the fuck do you explain chili? Like, I don't... Go ahead and answer this one on this too, because I know people will be asking it too. Like, what about cross-infection? No judgment, just curious in your decision-making process. So we answered that on yours, but we'll answer it again here, because I know that's what a lot of people are wondering. Kind of what we said on that one, because I don't know what will be posted, this one or yours first. But regardless, it's pretty much going to get the same answer, to whereas there's a lot that goes into it, but it's also a kind of a personal thing. Like, it's like you're aware of the risks, and you know there's things to it, but at the same time, man, life's too short. Like, I've never lived being afraid of something, and I don't know, having a connection with another person with CF is just like, there's something about it. Not to get like all 5 feet apart romanticizing CF shit, but you just, especially now, like post Trikafta, like we talked about this on yours, but it's been like an existential crisis.
Yeah. Constantly
with Trikafta, because you spend so long thinking the other shoe is going to drop at any minute, like because you've seen it, especially like being in the CF community. You know how quick it can just go. You can go from being great, healthy, boom, you're gone. Mm-hmm. And so you live like that forever, and it's not that you live morbidly, you just you're prepared for it. And then Trikafta came along, and
now we're like, shit, what do we do?
Exactly. Now it's like, no, I was not ready for any of this. So we talked about it before we met, as most people with CF do, and I always ask people, you don't wear a mask, how close, but I mean, you were cool with it, and I think we kind of think very similarly about it. So I'm not advocating for people with CF to hang out.
I feel like it's not a big deal because of Trikafta. I think if we were both at our sickest, then maybe it would be different.
That's the thing though, like Trikafta, I don't know about me, but I don't know if they've done any studies about the bacteria that we have in our lungs.
They do. It changes, because I had a test before Trikafta, and I had like Pseudomonas, M. abscessus, and a couple other things, and then I got a test after, and all of that's gone.
I need to get mine checked.
Yeah.
People that have followed me for a while, they know I've been hanging out with CF'ers for years, and I don't know, it's just one of those things to where it's hard talking about life and explaining life, especially growing up sick and with these kind of thoughts and the whole having to accept death thing, with people who are on the outside looking in. You can study CF as much as you want, you can read about it, you can watch our vlogs as much as you want until you're blue in the face, but
you really don't know until you experience it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like comforting. And you're rad, so it helps.
I'm rad?
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those things, like, you know there's a risk, but I mean, look at us. Do we really look like the type who are all about like, oh no, we can't do that?
I'll cough on you.
Don't tease me with a good time, alright? But again, because I know some in the comments it's gonna happen, I'm not advocating for people with CF to hang out. So that's a personal choice, personal thing between us, friends and all that. So if you do hang out with someone else with CF, establish ground rules. If you want to stay 6 feet apart, do it. That's just what we do. Don't be bitching in the comments about it.
Let them bitch. I need to play the song that's in my head.
That's all it is. It's just boom, boom, boom.
It's called Bitch, and it's...
Man, this is a Christian channel. We don't say those things.
It's by Ali, I forget. I just found it yesterday, and now it's stuck in my head.
How's your health, Steffi? Someone asked.
Good. Thanks for asking. That's all. Actually, I made a whole video on it a few months ago.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if you want to know about hers, be sure to go follow her. Her channel will be linked in the comments. I'm sure you're following her. If you're not, what are you doing? Go follow her now. She does way cooler stuff than me.
Not really.
Is COVID more difficult because of CF?
I don't know. I've never had it.
Well, I mean, just navigating stuff. I feel like it's easier because you're just used to...
Yeah. I feel like my perspective on COVID is probably too relaxed because I've had so many bad lung infections in the past, and I'm like, COVID, I could beat that. Nothing can kill me. I've already beat it all. We pull out of this parking lot and get side swiped. People are gonna find this and watch it and just be like, well, I'm immortal.
Karma hit them. But no, we've been wearing masks and like just being cautious and stuff pretty much forever. But I feel like me and you are both kind of the same. Where we're cautious and it's like common sense stuff, but we're not like
but we're also
hypochondriacs
like, it's
about
fine,
it.
we can die.
Exactly. It's just like one of those things, whatever. So
I feel like you can't live your whole life in fear of an infection that you could potentially get.
Exactly.
Even if it is common right now and whatever, like, you can't just live your life in fear. You gotta be a little bit relaxed. I mean, take some precautions, but don't be crazy about it.
Exactly. And COVID's probably easier, like navigating a COVID world is easier for CF people than it is normal. Because most people are used to living normally, and then they're like, masks, what is this? And we're just like, okay, like, welcome to our world.
And social distancing is fun, and I hate people anyway.
Exactly. I love being able to go in with like a mask and my sunglasses on with like earbuds, and no one bothers me.
Yeah,
it just adds to the tattoos and stuff. People already avoid me in my small town because they're like, he's legit the Antichrist. That is the devil.
I've gotten death stared in this area a few times. Not in Asheville, but in like Virginia and other places in North Carolina. was looked at like I was Satan.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
Some places are just a little bit less evolved. Is that mean?
No, that is 100. That is accurate. And even if someone says it is mean, it is. Like they're the people, especially down here in the South, the Bible, they are not evolved. It's like living with cave people. Fat ass again.
We had to take a brief intermission because camera battery died.
But we're here. We made it. Is that a fingerboard?
It's a tech deck.
A fingerboard.
I keep it in the sink in my van, which also doubles as a skate park.
We'll end with this one. In terms of symptoms, do you feel like Trikafta is a cure?
Basically, I mean, I guess we never really know what it's like to live without CF, so can we really know the answer to that? But compared to how we used to feel, I feel like we basically feel cured. Like we can do normal people things now, and we're not in the hospital constantly. We don't have coughs, really.
I haven't really heard you cough. I feel like we both do that thing to where it's like habit, because I used to always like cough, but like it was like a baby cough to clear my throat. Yeah. Always.
I guess I still do that.
I'll still catch myself doing it, especially like when we were hiking and all that, and like when I get to breathing heavy, it's just a habit that starts. But now, like she said, I don't really know what it feels like to not have CF and be quote unquote normal, but this is as close as I've ever been, so it's pretty rad.
Excuse me.
That was hot. It's not a cure. I know there's still a lot of people with CF who can't take it. There's still people with CF who are passing away. So is it a cure? No, but
I don't think it affects everyone exactly the same. But we are very lucky that it has affected us in a positive way.
Exactly. And so yeah, I mean, I feel like it's as close to a cure as I've ever been to. 'Cause I mean, I don't do treatments anymore. Literally the only meds I take is my Trikafta, my enzymes, and then like my pills for like depression and stuff like that. And that's it. That's legit. When I get sick, I still have to like do treatments because I got like a bad bronchitis thing when COVID first popped off and they thought I had COVID. But the thing about that is I was doing my treatments again, and I did them for like 3 days, but after 3 days, I was fine. You know how usually if you get really bad sick, it's like a hassle. Like you do like the 2 to 3 weeks of antibiotics, and even then you feel crappy. Dude, in 5 days, I was like, oh, I'm back. Like, everything's good now. So that used to never happen. So yeah, it's not a cure by any means, but it's as close as we've ever been, and I'm super grateful for it. Shout out to Vertex. Y'all are awesome. Y'all should feature us on some stuff. Vertex.
I emailed Vertex once and they didn't answer, and now I'm offended.
Vertex. What's up? Sorry. They're trying to come up with cures, and we're like, feature us in things. Yeah, I think that's about it. If you guys ask anything else, and there'll be more vlog footage with us just doing,
chilling and vibing.
Yeah, just doing things. But thanks for all your questions, guys. And again, if you are watching this, go check her channel. Be sure to go follow her and check her channel, because there will be also another Q&A. It'll either, I don't know if it's considered part 1 or part 2, or whichever gets posted first, but there'll be another one coming up where we answer even more questions in the van. That could just be a series. Van questions. But yeah, we're about to go, where are we going?
Westville Pub.
Yeah.
To play pool with our pals, our new pals.
Yeah, gonna go play some pool, hang out, socially distanced, so don't say it. But yeah, we'll hit you guys up with some more stuff. So thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Later. You're still waving. That's all. I'm just gonna leave it rolling, and then for like the last, it's gonna be like 20 minutes of the video. It's just you just doing stuff.
Wait. Okay. That's all.